Welcome back, WrestleRanters, to the monumental 60th edition of WrestleRant here today, and I'm your host, Bleacher, Columnist Level 2, Graham GSM Matthews here today to discuss exactly why TNA is superior to WWE after the articles that I've written today and all the feedback that I've received, as well as my predictions for Money in the Bank this Sunday. So let's get right down to it. Earlier today, I posted an article on WrestleEnigma.com, so go check that out, as well as I copied the article on Bleacher Report, and I received numerous feedback. And the topic was regarding to exactly why TNA is superior to WWE. Now, there is a whole bunch of things that I can say about this, and I already reiterated it in the article, so if you want to get my original thoughts on it, go read the article, but I'm just going to fully say exactly why I think TNA is better than WWE right now. Do I think that TNA is ever going to get better than WWE financially? Absolutely not. WWE is an empire, so to speak, and they have been an empire for decades, ever since the WCW demise back in 2000. Now, do I ever think WWE could possibly overthrown? Yeah, quite possibly. I mean, anything's possible in wrestling. I mean, probably not anytime soon, because I don't see any legit competition. TNA is the second best wrestling company in America at the moment, but it is just so far down below financially wise that they are never ever going to outdo WWE. However, as far as the entertainment in wrestling goes, TNA is the more entertaining and enjoyable product at the moment. This is exactly why. If you saw Destination X this past Sunday night, and I know I already said this in my Destination X review video, but Austin Aries winning the TNA Championship, whether you like it or not, is a milestone in TNA history. I marked the fuck out for it. Thousands of people marked the fuck out for it. It is a huge step in creating a new star in TNA. They've already created James Storm. They've already created Bobby Roode. Now Austin Aries in the last year. Now that is fucking amazing. Now WWE, on the other hand, I could receive much criticism from this, but they have not progressed any characters in the last few months. Now, don't get me wrong, AJ is the star of the company right now, which is a little odd seeing that she's a diva and she's the star of the company, but nonetheless, I'm thoroughly enjoying what she's doing right now. To be quite honest, what she's doing with CM Punk and Daniel Bryan over the WWE Championship is the single most entertaining, compelling storyline in WWE at the moment. Going into Money in the Bank, that is the only thing that I'm looking forward to. Because the SmackDown Money in the Bank, the Raw Money in the Bank, sure, they have good talents in them, but I mean, the results could go either way, but just the build-up that they've had up to these matches is just so lackluster and just so uninspiring that I just can't get behind these matches, as well as the pay-per-view. A year ago, WWE was obviously the superior company, no doubt about it. Even a couple months ago, WWE was superior. Right after WrestleMania, when Brock Lesnar came back, that was when WWE was at its highest this year. However, right after that, WWE went straight down the tubes. I'm going to tell you that right now. John Cena has not been interesting since his feud with The Rock. Now, since he got beaten by The Rock, I thought that was, wow, holy shit, John Cena can finally lose clean now. But ever since he defeated Brock Lesnar, John Cena has been in a variety of feuds that don't even make sense and just prime examples of WWE's hotshot booking, and they have absolutely no long-term direction. Now, that is my major problem with WWE right now. They have no long-term direction. I'm not saying you need it, but it is certainly more enjoyable. Now, TNA at the moment has this pending feud between James Storm and Robert Roode over the TNA Heavyweight Championship, a feud that we first started to spark last November when Bobby Roode turned heel on James Storm, and we're going to see it culminate at Bound for Glory this year. Now, that's just assuming things, but everyone pretty much already knows that it's going to happen. Even though Bobby Roode isn't the TNA Heavyweight Champion in the moment, but maybe he will regain it in the next couple of weeks, but that's another story for another time. However, that is one feud that I'm looking forward to. Another prime example, Zema Ion is the new X Division champion. Him versus Jesse Sorensen is a money feud when Jesse Sorensen returns to the ring early next year. That is a fucking money feud. They can't drop the ball on that. Same thing with Storm and Roode. That is a money feud waiting to happen. WWE, what is there to look forward to? I mean, with The Rock and John Cena going into WrestleMania 28, yeah, sure. I mean, it kind of held down what John Cena could do in the meantime as far as becoming WWE champion. We all knew that he wouldn't be champion going into the event, therefore he couldn't win the belt. And that kind of predicted things a little bit as far as, like, how many rivalries he's going to win and shit like that. However, it was something to look forward to. What is there to look forward to right now? There is absolutely nothing to look forward to except for the 1000th edition of Raw, which should be amazing, but that could be a one-off thing. just one amazing episode isn't going to cut it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing WWE by any means. If SummerSlam is good, Money in the Bank is good, and the 7th edition of Raw is good, I will certainly change my views and say that WWE is equal to TNA right now. But as of right now, TNA is doing almost everything right. I know you could argue that the Crackhead Claire storyline is kind of ruining TNA at the moment, but personally, I don't think it is. It's involving AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels. It's not involving two guys who can't work, because Styles and Daniels had this amazing match at Destination X. That last man standing match was absolutely fantastic. Now, you can't say that it's bringing TNA down. TNA has a history of doing shitty storylines, sure, but that was when Vince Russo was around, and now that he's finally gone, they're finally doing things right. I mean, besides that one shitty storyline that they fucked up in the very last minute, TNA is doing everything right at the moment. And even that storyline that they're doing at the Crackhead Claire thing, the baby thing, I don't mind it. It's not dragging me down. We're like, oh shit, this shit is terrible. Oh my fucking god. It's not like that. TNA is doing this right in a way. I mean, it's crappy, unrealistic storyline, but so is the AJ marrying CM Punk and Daniel Bryan thing. I mean, you can go back and watch all my other WrestleRants from earlier October when I first started doing WrestleRant. I was completely down on TNA because they were not building new stars. When Bobby Roode lost the TNA Heavyweight Championship match back at Bound for Glory 2011, I was down on the product because that was a shitty move. However, Austin Aries is a new TNA Heavyweight Champion. That is certainly something to look forward to. That is why I'm looking forward to TNA Impact tonight. I've seen numerous people comment in YouTube videos and forums and articles and all that shit as to why everyone is looking forward to TNA Impact tonight. If you're not a TNA Impact fan and you want to give it a chance again, watch it tonight. And for those that are saying WWE is of course superior to WWE is superior to TNA as far as those that are saying that. If you're saying that and you don't watch TNA on a regular basis and you haven't watched it in the last year and you're saying WWE is superior to TNA, your argument is completely invalid. You need to at least watch one edition or one pay-per-view of TNA Impact Wrestling, and then you can criticize. I've been watching WWE and TNA for the last 4 years now, every single edition of every single show. And I can say TNA was shitty for the first 3 or 4 years that I was watching TNA, up until August 2008. From August 2008, since that point in time, WWE has always been superior. Even through the darkest days of WWE, I will not stop watching. Same thing with TNA, I will continue to watch. I'm that big of a wrestling fan. It's part of my life, it's part of my culture, it's part of my lifestyle. I'm not going to stop watching wrestling regardless of how bad it is. Now, with that being said, WWE was always superior to TNA. However, up until this year, TNA is doing almost everything right. I have to reiterate that about 10,000 times because some people just don't get it. However, I am not right. You're not right. I'm not wrong. You're not wrong. If you're saying WWE is superior to TNA, that's okay. If I'm saying TNA is superior to WWE, that's okay too. We all have our opinions. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions. Now, moving on to the Money in the Bank predictions with the few minutes that we have left. CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship with AJ as special guest referee. Gotta go with CM Punk on this one. I don't think they're gonna put the Bryan on. They're gonna put the title on Bryan going to SummerSlam. I originally thought they were going to, because the most logical standpoint that they could do here is having AJ side with Daniel Bryan, which I still think that she's gonna do, but I don't see how CM Punk's gonna lose the title here. They could have Daniel Bryan win the title, then have the Raw Money in the Bank winner cash in on Bryan, but I don't see that happening right now, like right at the event. So I'm going to have to go with CM Punk, still the WWE champion. I'm going to have to go with that. I'm going to have to go with AJ accidentally maybe making Punk win. I don't know, but I'm going to have to go with CM Punk, still your WWE champion. For the World Heavyweight Championship, Sheamus versus Del Rio, I have to commend WWE for at least making this feud somewhat interesting, because I know beforehand I hated both these guys. I don't hate them, but they're not the most exciting characters in WWE right now, so that feud just doesn't excite me all that much as the other feud do, especially Punk and Bryan. But I do commend WWE for at least making it somewhat interesting by building Del Rio up as an aggressive heel on Raw and SmackDown in recent weeks. But nonetheless, Sheamus is going to retain here. I don't think he's a transitional champion, as some people are saying. I think he's going to be a strong World Heavyweight Champion. I think the belt fits him perfectly. I don't think there's any reason for him to drop the title right now. Maybe at SummerSlam. I have no idea who his opponent's going to be, but I do see Sheamus retaining here. For the SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match, we have Christian, Santino, Cody Rhodes, Dolph Ziggler, Sin Cara, Tensai, Tyson Kidd, and Damian Sandow. This could go a lot of different ways. I know Tyson Kidd, I'm extremely happy for his push. I don't see him winning here. Tensai, absolutely not. They just dropped the ball on that guy completely. Damien Sandow, I think that guy is gold, absolutely gold, but I don't see him becoming World Heavyweight Champion this quickly. It all comes down to Dolph Ziggler and Cody Rhodes. Santino was a joke. If he wins, I'm just fucking done. I'm not fucking done watching wrestling, but I'm just done mentally watching SmackDown for now if Santino wins. Christian, I mean, he does deserve that one more match, but I don't absolutely see him winning here. He's going to be a good addition to the match nonetheless, but I do see Cody Rhodes and Dolph Ziggler winning. Dolph Ziggler could win this draft without Money in the Bank. Cody Rhodes kind of needs the Money in the Bank, but he's not ready for the World Championship yet, so I'm going to have to go with Dolph Ziggler winning Money in the Bank. It's a bold prediction because everyone's thinking Cody Rhodes is going to win, but I'm going to have to go with Dolph Ziggler as your Mr. Money in the Bank for the SmackDown Mr. World Heavyweight Championship Money in the Bank. Although that didn't make any sense of what I just said. Yes, Dolph Ziggler, your Mr. Money in the Bank after Money in the Bank this Sunday. For the Raw Money in the Bank, they just made it completely obvious John Cena's going to win. I don't see why Big Show would win unless he's going to face CM Punk. That would be absolutely garbage. None of these guys need the Money in the Bank. We have two giants in here, so I'm not looking forward to this match whatsoever. Johnson is the best in-ring worker in the world, and Jericho's the only one that can salvage this match. So Jericho winning wouldn't make any sense. Kane winning could make some sense if Bryan wins, and then AJ helps Kane cash in his Money in the Bank the very same night, which he did in 2010 as well, and help winning the WWE Championship. However, I don't see Kane becoming WWE Champion at this stage in his career. So that choice is marked out. I'm just gonna have to go with John Cena. That's the most obvious choice. He doesn't need it, but fuck it. They're gonna have to add it to his accolades as the new Mr. Money in the Bank, Royal Rumble winner, all that shit. So I guess they just want to add it to his accolades and have him cash in on Punk at SummerSlam or just sometime in the next month. So I'm gonna have to go with John Cena, the obvious choice on this one. As far as the pre-show match, R-Truth and Kofi Kingston versus Hunico and Camacho, I have absolutely no idea why this match is occurring. It should be the primetime players versus Truth and Kingston on the actual card for the WWE Tag Team Championships. However, WWE fucked up again and they put in Hunico and Camacho instead. I'm not saying Hunico and Camacho are a bad tag team. They do have good chemistry and could blend well with Kofi Kingston and R-Truth. But obviously, R-Truth and Kofi Kingston will go over here. Hopefully, the primetime players take the titles off Kofi Kingston and R-Truth in the very near future. So overall, this could be a good pay-per-view. I'm not exactly sure. But it could be a good pay-per-view. Hopefully it does exceed my expectations. It's not as shitty as No Way Out was last month. I certainly don't think so. But, hopefully it will exceed my expectations of being a good, decent pay-per-view. Although I'm sure it's not going to be as good as last year, but it will be a decent to good pay-per-view if done right. Hopefully if this is well, the 10th edition of Raw goes well, and SummerSlam goes awesome, then we can expect WWE to look up from here. For those of you asking whether I'm going to be doing if I'm going to be doing a Money in the Bank live reactions video like I did for Raw a couple days ago, I don't think so. I'm going to be going on vacation in a couple days, so I don't think I'm going to be able to do it while I'm watching Money in the Bank. I'll be lucky if I'm watching Money in the Bank at all, so don't expect the Money in the Bank reaction video maybe for a future Raw or Impact in the very near future. So another time, my shameless plugs. You guys can follow me on Twitter at @SAVE_US_GSM, at SarcasticSmart, and of course at WWE Fun Facts. Check out my website for all the TNA, WWE rumors, recaps, and more at nextwrestling.weebly.com, as well as a new injection of inspiration post coming up today. Make sure to check that out. The return of Save US GSM will occur on pw247.net or .com. I'm not exactly sure. I'll check up on that. Check up on my Twitter page for all the updates on that. That's going to be returning July 26th at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 Central Time, right after TNA Impact, so go check that out. Spoilers, however, will be returning tonight on blogtalkradio.com/spoilers podcast with me and Ben Gartland talking about all of our Money in the Bank predictions and all that good stuff. Check my Bleacher Report profile to check out all my WWE TNA articles that I've written last week, as well as to subscribe to my channel because I do appreciate all the subscribes that you guys have given me recently, and as I just said, I really do appreciate it. So I hope you guys have a awesome weekend, as well as enjoy TNA Impact Wrestling tonight if you are going to be watching it. Make sure to enjoy Money in the Bank on Sunday, and this is GSM signing out. Till next time, guys.